People, deluded. Good evening, I'm back again. Arsenal have just won basically 1-0 against West Ham, a solitary goal. At the end of the day, it's 3 points. Whether you believe we're going to get top 4 or finish 5th and still have some hope of Europeans elite competition next year, we won. We got over the line. We won. Obviously, on Wednesday, we've got Manchester City. To put it nicely, we don't know what that game's going to throw up, but if you're honest as an Arsenal fan, a point would be a blessing. You probably expect it. You expect us to get our arses handed to us. By God's grace, I have to eat humble pie and have egg on my face. I hope we win. I hope there's an upset against City. But you know, if I had to bet the little life savings I have, all of it on Arsenal to win on Wednesday, it would be a myth. I wouldn't want to do it, and I'm sure a lot of you would feel the same way. But end of the day, technically clean sheet, 3 points. Marie, you know, it's an interesting performance, I feel, from him. Socrates at right back, and depending on where you sit on defence, we could potentially have a separate video all about that, people. The whole right back thing. That did throw me off. I did think he'd go with Bellerin, but we all know Bellerin hasn't been putting in the performances. Potentially Arteta saw that. Lacazette came on and scored. Obviously, he hasn't been putting in the performances, so you saw Eddie start. Ceballos, who also had a good game, started again in midfield. You obviously have the Mesut Ozils. Marie started. Saka, who looks extremely fatigued now, I must admit, people, at left back. Other than that, the usual suspects. No Martinelli and things like that. You lot know me, I always want him to play. But Arteta, I trust what he wants to do. Either way, we need to get out of this. We just needed to get 3 points today. We know how West Ham are going to come and play. And I felt initially, first half, West Ham, if you have to say anything, they had the better chances. I felt, is it Gerard Bowen? He's been in the Championship with Hull for a while. West Ham have taken a chance on him. I actually feel he was personally West Ham. Diop was decent in defence, but their best attacking player, I felt he looked a threat in the whole game because we were just backing off from him. He hit the post. He looked like he could make something happen. West Ham had the better chances. At a push, you'd say, you know, when Socrates hit the bar, I believe, that was probably our best chance. We had no again. It's another game with another slow start, and if we start this slow against City, we'll be punished. But we started. I thought my phone rang, apologies. We started slow, people. There was no real movement in behind and stuff. We know what West Ham were on today. They were 4-4-2 out of possession, very compact, winning the first and second balls in the air and contesting the duels, which we struggled with, wasting time initially whenever they could. Listen, is what it is. They're doing what their manager and they need to do. We know what we're coming against. So we need someone to try and make things happen, someone to try and take on a man that they wouldn't necessarily drive the game. There weren't really none of that, really and truly. We're playing in front, we're going backwards. There weren't really any combination played down either flanks. Being at the game, that was what was annoying me. Like, you know, the right-hand side, Socrates is not a right back. He's not going to offer anything going further forward within reason. He can try to do a thing, but it's not him, people. Realistically, it's not him. He's a defender, so he can do a thing, but it's not him. Pepe obviously wants to come inside. I think Pepe had an iffy game, admittedly. There's nothing down the right. Aubameyang, listen, when we're chasing a goal or we want a goal, I like him in the middle, but he weren't really doing nothing. I think Saka had a couple flashes, but he's put in better performances and he looks tired. You saw him cramping up towards the end of the game. Long story short, we're just not doing enough to deserve scoring a goal. And you did think we could score because West Ham had the better chances. I don't feel we had a shot on target in the first half, but was it really quality efforts? That being said, we didn't really test Fabianski. I did think Leno, shown he's a good shot stopper today. There was one, he did an excellent shot stopping save, and he spilt it. But I feel distribution was poor today from Leno. It took far too long. I'm going to be fair to Leno. He's not alone because there's no options for the man in possession. So when we're trying to play out from the back, it is working, but we're not really doing anything with it. The connecting play and that ability to play it quickly through the lines and break the opposition, something as Arsenal fans we probably took for granted, you know, even when we turned robbed, it's not there. And we're playing into West Ham's hands really and truly. I did feel Marie played all right. He did a couple good passes into the channels, but I did think he did struggle. I wouldn't say struggle, but he found it a bit tough. The little times balls were over the top to Antonio and things like that into the channels because we knew what we was going to get. We knew Antonio was going to work the left-hand channels and chase dead causes and do the doggy work sort of thing. We know Noble's going to try and press and do the gamesmanship. Rice is also going to fight in there as well. We know what to expect. They're a bigger side than us and they've got the height advantage on us. So they're going to try and win the first and second balls. And actually, when we're playing out from the back, there's nothing wrong with it. You can't always play out from the back, but when we're going long, we're struggling. We're not going to consistently beat them in the air. I wouldn't say Eddie was poor, but he couldn't do nothing. They're bigger than him, they're stronger than him, there's too much man. I think he's improved at winning little flick-ons and things. I think he held his own, but he's struggling. We need people to drive it. And the ones that are, like, I think Ceballos was playing very well today, but we're taking unnecessary touches, things we can do in 2 passes, we're doing in 4, we're taking too long, we're going back and just allowing West Ham to keep their shape. And yeah, man, first half, you give it to West Ham really and truly. I don't want to, every week I feel I'm sitting there as an Arsenal fan and complaining about refereeing, but I'm seeing Mikel Antonio, the ball's going off the field, people, where I said the ball is Lidge going off the field, and obviously he's going to try and play on. Like, the linesman's right there, like, what, go on for this thing? It's moving mad. Linesman's moving, like, some of the refereeing decision and linesman's thing was mad today. Second half, you know we need a reaction, people. These are the notes I made in the game. Yeah, Cyril, I've basically said that. What was I saying at half-time for myself? Like I've said, not penetrative enough, too passive, no combination play really and truly. Short passes are not working, long balls are not working really and truly. Not worked Fabianski, not made him, not really made him nervy. And we saw against Liverpool when West Ham put in a good performance, no disrespect to Fabianski, but his poor concentration let them down. So we're allowing them to have confidence in their display. There was a bit of nervy heart-in-mouth moments in the first half and generally throughout the game. But second half, what really can I tell you, lot, people? You all watched the game if you weren't there. We need to up it. We need to up it. I don't want to keep talking about Wednesday until it's here. But if you play like this against City, half-time we're losing 3-4-0. We're down. Even City, arguably in their worst period when they've been winning trophies. So we need to start games faster. The players are not idiots. Arteta's not an idiot. They know what they need to come out and do. And naturally, as both teams began to tire, the game became a bit open, heart-and-mouth moments from both sides. There was a bit more combination play, a bit more emphasis from us, a bit more, 1-2s and stuff with a bit more zip in the second half. One thing I don't understand was doing as well, and it's particularly coming evident in the second half, is we was too open in midfield in the defensive phase. Like, when we're losing the ball out the field, it's too easy. We were not making the tactical fouls. We did a couple of times, but not to the level we've been doing since Arteta came. I think we was too open on the counter. If West Ham had better quality finishes, Halle had a couple as well, they could have got something out of the game. We're backing off and backing off and backing off. And again, I'm not saying to dive in and make fouls and do all of these things, but, you keep giving people opportunities, they will score. Again, not to keep talking about Wednesday, I can't help it, but you picture some of the moments with Raheem Sterling, who's not been in the best goal-scoring form of late, irrelevant really, but you do that against Sergio, Kevin if fit, and Gab Jesus and the rest of them, they will annihilate you people. So we caught live a couple times. Obviously, Lacazette, I was crying for Martinelli, because I'm not going to lie, obviously Lacazette justified coming off the bench, but my thing sitting at the game, I was thinking, you know what, Aubameyang, he's still a clinical goal scorer. He scores whether he's through the middle or on the left. But the sort of game it is, we want our top goal scorer, our most clinical man in the side, in the middle. Naturally, he's going to get more chances and get them in better areas. I don't think he's playing amazing or well by his own standards in particular, in line with everyone, but you get the point. I was screaming, bring on Martinelli sort of thing. Bring on Martinelli, let him play on the left, with the energy he's going to come with. I feel Saka's tired and we've got a decision to make on Wednesday, but Saka and Martinelli have worked well together. Let's get some combination play going, and naturally Aubameyang is going to peel on shoulders on the left hand side. Let's get something going in that regards, people. It didn't come. I did think, until we scored, I was looking at Arteta like, boy, listen, I'd support you and you're my guy, but these subs taking a bit long, moving a bit like Wenger in that. Like, we needed some more energy. Like, I think Pepe was poorish today. He was so really. He's not really making anything happen. We're not making anything happen. There was a small uptake in performance. Ozil's doing his thing in little patches here and there. Obviously, long story short, Lacazette comes off the bench, and Ozil, who had a number of efforts where I was saying, Ozil, why? I know you don't shoot, bro, but why are you not shooting? Like, why are you trying to pass that, bro? Like, come on, bro. Yeah, either way, we kept plugging, I guess, and Ozil heads it on and Lacazette finishes, and it's a good moment for Lacazette. He's off the bench, justified him being brought on, because I thought it should have been Martinelli. He's not been in the best run of form. Away from Lacazette's individual problems, it's we'll take the lead and closer to getting 3 points. Smash and grab firmly today. We did that. I think Nelson looked alright when he came on, to be fair with you. He probably should have had a goal that made more of his effort towards the end of the game. Obviously, VAR is a bit of a mess, being in the ground. The only reason I thought Lacazette, the only reason I thought Lacazette was going to get at people is because it was taking long to come to the decision. Like, we was baffled. And don't get twisted, I didn't think, like, I'm not saying, yo, we were going to get it sort of thing, but it's like you're just there, where I'm sat, I'm just looking at the screen, looking at the players are baffled. I'm looking at linesmen, no one's knowing what's going, really. Obviously, the players are kind of huddled into the centre circle car. I don't know if they're assuming it's a goal or what. As an Arsenal fan, naturally, you're not hoping to get anything. But we got it. Lacazette got his goal. VAR's our best friend today. Next week, we'll hate it. They really need to resolve making it quicker, because us and the West Ham fans and both sets of players, everyone's baffled. Like, they need to come to these conclusions quicker and just simply improve in that regards, people. It's just taking far too long. It is what it is. 3-0, technically a clean sheet. Let's cut the crap. There weren't any perfect performances today. I think people came through it. We got the 3 points. We, I guess, rallied in the second half, but we've got to start games better. At a push, I think Marie did all right. I wouldn't say there was a man of the match. Leno made a number of saves, but did he have a personal perfect performance? I feel Ceballos played well, but even then you scrutinise performances and there's too many touches in areas that is not going to affect anybody. So no one was perfect today, but it is what it is, man. It's 3 points. It puts pressure on other teams. I think Spurs and Burnley are drawing 1-1 at the moment of making this vid, so Spurs have probably scored in this 2-1. But yeah, people, going into City's game, we've got some assurance with our 3 points. We'll see what happens in that game. Hopefully we can get something, but we'll deal with that when it comes. For now, as usual, people, thank you very much for watching and rocking and supporting my thing, especially as I've just hit 20,000 subscribers. People, stay blessed. Is what it is. We soon link again. I'm out.